Good morning, guys. I hope you are doing well. Today, I want us to have this conversation around whether investing in taxi business makes sense anymore. You know, every time that the market changes, I try to, to make some deeper analysis, and then I bring these conversations to you so that we can reason together. You know, when, let's say, before COVID, the cars that were being used for taxi used to cost around 450,000 all the way to a maximum of 600,000. And these cars, I'm talking about the Suzuki Altos, the Daihatsu Miras, the Toyota Passos, the Mitsubishi Mirage, those small cars that you guys know, the Honda Fit. All those cars were within the range of between 450,000 and 600,000. Today, with all things that have changed past COVID, we have seen that the prices of cars in Kenya have gone up dramatically. Right now, the cheapest car that you can get from the yard will be around 800,000. And that is the kind of Suzuki Alto, the Daihatsu Mira, the Mazda Caro, the small 650cc. Those small cars, they are good because of fuel efficiency. But one thing that I have come to realize, they are also very prone to failure because they are built for very light type of work. You get my point? They are normally made to carry a maximum of 2 people. Okay, so you have a driver, co-driver, and probably 1 person behind. But the type of work that these 650cc cars get used to do here in Kenya by the taxi driver, it's very, very difficult for them. And the analysis that I have come to realize is that after that car has done about 3 years, it will require some major rebuild or major replacement. That is in terms of engine or the gearbox systems. And those are expensive stuff if you want to do them. So they will cost you, a gearbox will go for around 50,000. A slim engine or a complete engine will cost you around, the same amount. But the best thing is that once those engines are replaced or the gearbox, the car can go back on road to do some other 1 or 2 extra years. But that is not the point that I want to drive home. What I want to tell you is that the prices of cars have gone up. And these cars that will cost from 800,000 to 1.3 million, that is the Toyota Passo, the Honda Fit, the Mazda Demio, will cost you around 1.3 million. But how much money would you make typically in 1 year? We have said that you have bought that car, let's say on average 1M. Okay, it will be minus or plus something. You have bought your car at 1M, and here I'm trying to consider the chap because one thing that you need to realize is taxi business is a game of volume. The more trips you make, the more money you make. If you invest in X and XL, your earnings can be very, very variable. And I have spoken to a lot of XL drivers, people who drive the type of Noah, the type of Alphard, the type of Nissan Serena, the 7-seaters. You know what they have told me? They have told me that 70% of their trips are offline trips. So those are people who have already built a network of customers who will call them for events, for wedding, for burials, for rurashios. Those are their key cash cows. Actually, if you are buying an XL today and you don't have a customer base, you will struggle. You will struggle so much because you will find that on a typical day, the online applications will give you maybe 3 or 4 trips. And those trips are not necessarily the trips that will pay you several thousands. Maybe it's just a short distance trip, but transporting maybe a big number of people. So my view is, and what these XL drivers and X drivers have advised me is that I should tell my viewers, nobody should get their first car as an X or an XL. Always start with chap. Once you are aware of how this business operates, once you build a good customer base who will be calling you offline, who will tell you that I have a trip to the airport on this particular day, come and pick me, who will tell you that we'll be going for a wedding, we are going for a rurashio, come and they hire you for a whole day or for a whole week. That is where the XL guys make money, but they don't make money normally on the online applications. So that is one thing that you need to be aware of. And secondly, they also told me that when you have a nice car, let's say you have a Toyota Noah or a Nissan Serena, a very nice looking, well maintained, you can walk in any hotel with a business card and drop it there. Tell them, in case of anything, you can give me a call to come and pick your excess riders. You can go to Bonfire. Just tell them you have a car that they can hire with a driver and you are the driver. You don't give your car away for someone to drive. You can drop your business card into any place that you want. You can go to churches. You can go to your home sale groups. Anywhere that there are groups, even in companies, you drop your business card there. And you know what? At any given time, those people will have a person who want to travel and they don't want to request the online application. They will give you a call and schedule a pickup with you. And that is how XL guys make money. But just to go back to the where, to the basis of taxi business. And that's why I always talk about chap, the base. Okay, the basic of taxi. If you have no idea about the chap business, then you have no business asking about X and XL. So let us first of all finish the analysis of the chap business. So this is what I was saying before I lost the track. Just 1 minute. I want to open my calculator so that I ensure that the figures we are doing here are correct. So you bought your car at 1 million. So okay, plus or minus something. So always that is the average. So if you buy it at 1 million, that car will be giving you on average 8,000. Okay, whether it is 650cc or 1300cc, those cars will give you the standard amount. And the controversy, as I have always said, is that the bigger the car, the less the money. Okay, in terms of chap category. So, but also I have mentioned that the smaller cars also have a disadvantage because they will be overworked, overloaded with a smaller engine, so their rate of wear and tear will be higher than the Passos and the Honda Fit and the Mazda Demios. So if that car gives you 8,000 per week, 8,000 per week, and an year has 52 weeks, so that car will have given you around 416,000. But out of the 416,000, 30% will go to car maintenance. So the normal services, the normal wear and tear, the normal replacement. So if you remain with the 70%, that means that you will have around 300,000 for your pocket every year. 300,000. So you will need at least 3 years for that car to give you back your investment. Actually 3.5 years. Okay, you will need at least 3.5 years for you to get your investment back, the 1 million. And what I have said is that when your car hits around 3 years, it will now get into the phase of major rebuild, major replacement. So by the time you break even from your 1 million investment, your car start asking, okay, endlessly. It will ask for engine, it will ask for full repainting, it will start asking for major components and rebuild. So it start now, meaning that from the 4th year, your profit goes down maybe to around 200k per annum. Okay, so how then should this business make sense if that is the case? How should this business make sense if that is the case? I always tell people it will only make sense if you are able to acquire a car at a cheaper cost. If there is a way you can turn things around and make sure that when people are buying their car at 1 million, you can get it at 700,000. The only thing that can make you survive that wave, okay, is being very smart. You can buy your car at 1 million, use it for 2 years, and then sell it at 800,000 before it starts asking for major replacement. And we have said if per year it is giving you 300,000, if you use it for 2 years, it will give you 600,000. Then you can sell it at 800k if you had bought it at 1M after 2 years. Or you can sell it even at 700k, meaning that after 2 years, you will have made a clean 300,000 and you get rid of that car. And that is the business I like doing with my cars. You buy your car, you use it for a particular period of time, and then you let it go. Otherwise, there is a second option. Don't be mean. you can choose to make major replacements. There are these ex-Japan engines, the ex-Japan transmissions and gearboxes. You can choose to replace them and your car will go back to being as good as new. So it doesn't mean that when your car starts to develop issues with the engine, you think of selling it. You will actually sell it at a very poor price, a throwaway price. But if you replace that engine with 50,000, you give your car a new breath and it can take you for another 1 or 2 years. Okay, that's why you see a lot of KCUs, KCPs, KCYs, cars that normally, if they were left alone, you know, their time has already elapsed for them to be out of the market. But maybe people have given them a new breath by buying new engine, new transmissions to keep them going. But majority of people, what they do, once they feel that the car has started a small issue, they do get away with it, or they get rid of it. So that is my advice for you today, and I hope it helps you make a small decision somewhere, even if it is not fully conclusive. What I tell you is that this business is so dynamic, and one point of view is not enough. You need to get various point of view, and then you get your own input, and your final decision is yours. Have a nice week.